Welcome to Happy Neighbors. In this episode,
Happy.
we've got Josh Phillips, co-owner of Penn High, where we're at right now. I'm with my good friend,
Josh Campbell.
We've got Josh Phillips and
Jared Giddens.
we got Jared Giddens.
I did the pulse effect like you did. Make sure it was really cool.
Yeah. Adds a little weight to it, huh? All right, guys, good to be here. This is a cool place. Have y'all ever been here?
This is my second time.
Your second time?
Yeah.
You've been here a lot.
I appreciate it. Yeah,
Man, this is great.
He's been here more than all of us.
We
I
built
think.
it out. Yeah, so I built this bar too. Actually,
Really?
yeah.
I didn't know you were
By hand?
a craftsman.
Oh my gosh, I got
Really?
a basement that needs a cool little bar. I
come
might
on.
need to
Rates keep going up. We will.
So
got to find some side work to do
yeah,
to be
yeah.
like become a craftsman.
we are at Penn High. Josh, kind of tell us where we are in Coleman.
So
exactly.
it's the Klein building, which
in the Klein building.
which I just tell everybody, hey, you know where Taziki's at. Everybody knows where Taziki's
Where
at.
Taziki's
Yes.
is.
Yeah, we're
And
on the
what
bottom
floor?
Yeah,
Bottom
bottom
floor?
floor, like right by the bathroom.
Yeah. Okay.
If you when you walk in, you have to kind of look. It's kind of a speakeasy feel. You know, there's no
It
big
is.
signs. No, you have to know where you're going to get here.
Gotcha. And that's kind of it's a. Is it called a gentleman's club, or is that's not quite it?
That's not what we're going for, Michael. That's a different thing. I knew you when we were younger, and I know you were raised very naive, but no, there's no
That's
poles.
not the right term.
There's
is
no
it?
poles in here.
Okay. But it feels very gentlemanly.
Wives should feel very comfortable with their husbands being able to come.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
But that's not it.
It's more of a speakeasy feel, like
speakeasy.
as you
Gotcha.
see in the lighting. It's a golf club. We got 2 simulators. We have some poker nights.
Gotcha.
If anybody wants to bet on football squares, we got 2 big screen TVs. We got shuffleboard.
Yeah.
It was close, near and dear to my heart. You know, like I remember right out of college. You know, you'd like have a couple of drinks, and your buddies would sit over there for like hours, just throwing pucks back and forth.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's just a cool place. And as a business person, my friend and I, my co-owner Bryant, we were talking one day, and we're like, you know, it just in our world. Say Jared's a realtor. I'm like, hey, Jared, you know, like, let's go have lunch. And after 15 years of doing that and having a billion lunches, it's like, what if we could do something cool?
Okay.
Yeah. We're
so it sort of solves that problem of where let's go meet, let's talk,
so
let's hang out.
Josh is a member here. I mean, he can be like, hey, Mike, let's go hit some golf balls, talk about a little real estate. It's just more of a, and that's what a lot of people do who are business people, sales professionals.
Gotcha.
A lot of members are, and then some guys are just golf advocates. You know, they just love coming in here and playing, or maybe they just love coming out and playing poker. I don't know. You know, there's a few things you can offer. But
So immediately when you come in, you see the big. Do you call it a golf simulator?
the 2 golf simulators.
Yeah, man, I'm not a golfer, but it looks awesome.
Yeah, I wasn't. I mean, that's what I was telling Jared. I was like, man, I probably before we opened this place, I was like 110 golfer, which for the non-golfers watching, that's not real good. You know?
Okay.
I'm still there.
The course is 72. The course is 72 strokes, which means I'm taking a lot longer than par. You know, to get there. And after playing here, you know, it's like 15, 20 strokes.
So this translates.
It really
being out
does.
Here, being
Yeah.
here with this translates to going on the course.
Yeah.
Think about how hot it is too. Like, I mean, if it's 100 degrees outside, and you just don't want to go get.
What about
sweaty
cold,
and
cold
nasty,
and
or
wet?
cold
and
wet?
wet.
Yeah,
It's
whatever.
funny.
Yeah,
You know,
weather
when you
changes.
when you become a member, you get updates on GroupMe. So you become part of that crew, and we'll always be like, when it's 40 degrees and like raining with that awful cold, you'd be like, hey, great day for some indoor golf.
Yeah, yeah.
Josh,
And you can play. How
golfer?
many different courses can you play? Right now?
40.
40.
Yeah, and we're going to increase that at the beginning of the year. You can
that'd be cool.
Turn them up. Yep.
So you can play those famous courses. That,
Oh yeah, Pebble Beach.
yeah.
And
Oh, so they're like
Sawgrass.
recreations of the.
Yeah.
yeah.
They're real
cool.
deals.
Do you have Augusta?
Check out the
We
reel.
don't have Augusta.
Yeah, I need to.
Did you
That's
see
pretty
the
cool.
reel?
I don't think I want to play Augusta.
We
though.
filmed.
I'm not.
Have you ever been there?
No.
I've been there once.
Yeah. You're special though.
Yeah, I know. I got lucky.
You have to be special to go there. So.
It turned out. It just turned out.
Like, just get back in the truck.
It was a lucky coincidence that one of our material suppliers back when we had the construction company,
Yeah.
their big vendor, the guy, it was actually a neat story. Back when Augusta first opened, he was a caddy and they didn't pay caddies back then. And this is before Augusta got big. So what they did is they gave all their caddy free memberships.
Wow.
So he's had a membership from the beginning and never had to pay for it as part of their when he was younger. But now, like, I mean,
Wonder what the membership
fees.
50, 75, 100.
Yeah, but it's so hard to get in.
It's crazy.
I mean, it's near impossible to become a member. And they don't get to play there much. Everyone thinks that members play there. They only have a short windows that they can play after the Masters and before.
I didn't know that.
Because the rest of the
Sounds
time,
like
the
a
money's
timeshare.
spent getting that place. Yeah, it's actually that way. I mean,
Can I get a tee time for
No, I'm more of a
2025?
waste management kind of guy.
Yeah.
You know, like that's the times that I've gone to a PGA Tour event or whatever event it's called. It was the waste management out in Scottsdale, and it was, don't get me wrong, it was a lot of fun, and it was really cool getting to see, like, Phil. I was there the year Phil Mickelson chipped it in from however far on 18. I was like,
Yeah.
right there, you know. He goes, pull the pin, and I'm like, again, not a golf guy, especially 10 years ago. I was like, what's that mean?
Josh, you lived out in Arizona?
So you got a grenade?
So you've been.
He said he thinks he's gonna make it, and I was like, wow, that's confident. And then he dunked it. Yeah. So I lived out in Arizona for 6 years.
So when were you were out there? How long ago?
Oh, I came back home in 2014.
2014. So you've been
Golly,
back
I've
for
been back
10
10
years.
years. Wow.
All right.
Wow.
Been a little
I
bit.
didn't know you left.
You're
Yeah.
Y'all are older than me, so I was gonna say we're getting old, but y'all already there. So
yeah.
I know I'm
Hey,
watching
and-
everybody celebrate their 40th on
Right.
Facebook and
Hey,
talking about it. And I was like, I already passed that number.
I'm turning 40 this
Oh,
within
see
30
there-
days.
See what I'm talking about?
There you go.
Hey, and you know that actually brings me to the thing. We all kind of we grew up together, and you know, you guys were seniors when I was a freshman.
Okay.
And just one of my fondest things. One of the things about Michael, I'll talk a little bit about him.
Michael.
No,
We
not
flipped
like
this
that.
interview around.
No, so when
You're in trouble.
Man, I'm sweating a
every
little
time I
bit.
see Michael, like even if it's like 2 years or 10 years, he always greets me with like the biggest smile, like the most welcoming. He is. He's that guy. You're like, God, it's good to see. It's one of those guys that's good to see every time you see him.
I appreciate that. But
And
maybe I'm just happy to see you too, though. You know? That's it.
And when my fond memory for Michael was, do you remember the mission trip we took to
Dolphin Island.
I was a freshman. He was a
Man.
senior.
Yeah.
Big deal. He was a senior. And we went down there, and I was just figuring out guitar. And Michael's, I don't know if y'all have ever heard him play guitar, but he's an absolute
It was a
master.
long
It's
time
a
ago.
master class. And he taught me how
you
to
any
play
good now?
Satellite by
No
Dave
kidding.
Matthews. Yeah.
Huh.
And to this day, I was like, God.
You don't even remember that? That's how old you
I
get.
remember being
He took
down
the
there.
time.
I remember us playing guitar. I don't remember
Yeah.
that specific, but
Yeah. Well,
That
it was
was-
more impactful for me. I mean, you talk, I was like,
Yeah.
Michael
He was a
Sapp.
freshman.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
I was a young guy.
I'm glad that turned out to be good.
I also
though,
have a story for
'cause-
Jared Giddens that I always tell too.
We don't tell no stories about me.
Actually, this is pretty.
Is this bad or-
pretty innocent, but it will be funny for you. So do you remember the indoor state track meet we went to when I was a freshman?
At Prattville. You
see how
no,
that-
I know.
Riceville.
Look at this
He's
could
like,
go
wait a
anywhere.
minute.
No, it
I'm
really
sitting there
can.
thinking about it right now in my
Yeah.
He's
head.
rolling. He's like, wow.
So Jared was a sprinter, just like I was a sprinter, and coach, had me come up as a freshman and run with the varsity, and it was getting towards the end of the day. And Jared's big thing, the thing that he wanted to make sure he won was the 4x4.
No, I didn't.
No, I'm sorry, the
You're
400, the 400.
No, I didn't.
Or
run
the
400.
100.
300.
So anyway, we get to run the 4x4, which means there's four guys.
I never wanted to do it.
Oh, I know.
Coach Calvert always
Trust me,
made me do it.
We're getting there. We're getting there, Jared.
Oh, God.
So he comes up for me again, senior, freshman, and he goes, "Hey, you're going to run the anchor." That's the big deal,
Yeah.
right? Like you're
Right.
You're the guy that's going to
That's
pull
the
it
guy.
out. He said, "I'm going to run third leg. If we got a shot, I'm going to run it. If we don't have a shot, I'm just going to kind of peel back and I'm going to make sure I win my event." Hey, listen.
You get a sandbag it?
He hands
I hated 4x4.
Listen, he's fast, so this is just speaking to his level of effort on this race. When he hands me the baton, everybody's off the track.
Wow.
In indoor track, a 400 is what, 4 laps?
Yeah.
I did 4 laps by myself.
Hey, did you walk, Jared? What happened there?
And at this point, I'm literally just like, I'm jogging,
And everybody's done.
and everybody, like, it was so bad. Everybody felt so bad. They're like,
God, no,
man.
Hey, remember, he can't blame just me. There's 4 of us that have to do it. Okay, I was number 3, and by that time I was like, I'm out.
done. Yeah.
We did. Indoor was different than outdoor.
It
though.
was,
Some
yeah.
of us
You were running
didn't
like this
do
the whole time.
indoor that did outdoor.
Yeah.
So it was just a different team.
Yeah.
But man, some of those guys we ran against were cooking.
Yeah.
I mean, cooking.
Indoor,
and I'm
you're like running on a
I'm
NASCAR.
already-
You're running on like a NASCAR track.
Yeah.
Kinda got
You're
the
like
slant.
angled like this the whole
and
way.
it's boards.
Wow.
And it's wooden.
Yeah.
And it's
Seemed like you'd have
now
to
they've
run a
changed it
certain
now.
speed though, so that you don't continue.
Yeah, keep the inertia up.
You would think I just made it down to the bottom and I.
Just like I'm out.
okay.
But see, we can always blame that on Coach Calvert because he used to do that to us, like at the end of track meets. So 4x4 was always the last event for most, like for regular track meets.
It may have been a 4x2 also.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't
well,
remember the
and
event.
Coach Calvert would go down and he'd be like, okay, we're not going to win this track meet if we don't win the 4x4. And me and Chad Johnson, all of us were like, we don't want to run. Because I just ran the 300 hurdles right before that. So I was usually tired.
Chad was fast too.
Chad was fast too. And usually I would start and he would end.
Gotcha.
So we were sitting there and Coach Calvert would do that and we'd end up winning the 4x4 and Coach Calvert would go up and goes, I was lying to y'all. You already had the track meet won. And I was like, and the worst was in sectionals when he would do it to us because when we won, we qualify for state. Mm-hmm. And that was just humiliating when you ran against the Blount County guys that lapped you almost.
Yeah.
I mean, those guys were like breaking state records in 4x4 every year. And it was like, that's not fun.
Josh, what's the last concert you went to?
Oh man, I'm not a concert guy.
You don't get out a
Actually,
lot to
I can
concerts?
tell you this because my wife is a concert person.
Yeah.
I don't like going to Walmart.
Oh,
You know, like, I'm not a crowd person. Y'all are talking about Oktoberfest, and I'm like,
Yeah.
man, I'd love to go if there's nobody there.
Oh, man.
That'd be great.
You don't do the crowds.
I don't like the crowds, but Orion in Huntsville.
Yes,
if
the
you've ever been
amphitheater.
there, man,
Yep.
I loved that.
I did too.
Because like you're not on top of each other. The rows are you're not like sweaty in a
You got
mosh
room to
pit.
breathe.
It's really like an adult thing. I went and saw Chris Stapleton.
Okay,
And
great.
it was fantastic.
Yeah, was that pretty recent? It's been about a year
like
or so?
maybe a year or two
yeah.
ago.
Yeah. Man, I like the Orion too.
Yeah.
If you hadn't been, that's
Been there 3 times.
Have you been, Josh?
No.
You hadn't been yet,
No,
man. Give it a go.
We stay on the mountain out in Brushy Pond.
Yeah.
That's where a concert is with the radio on.
Yeah, that's it.
I feel you, man. Yeah,
Bonfire.
we went for the first time, I think about a year ago too, and tried it out. And we even said, man, even if you didn't know who was playing, if you just got a junk ticket at the back or something, it would still be fun.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's that kind of cool thing. All right, what's the last thing you remember dressing up as for Halloween, Josh?
Oh, I went as Rip last year.
Oh, Yellowstone.
Yeah.
I can see that.
We went as Rip and
Yeah.
Beth. Yeah.
Okay.
Dyed the beard a little bit more black. Oh,
Yeah.
I got a picture for you. It's a good one.
Yeah.
Everybody's like, oh, okay. Kind of pull that off. I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah. All right.
Did you
Rip,
go
you
get
know?
the jacket and everything?
Oh, yeah.
And-
I got the Yellowstone.
I got to see this.
I still got it.
Bryant dressed up too, didn't he?
Yeah, Bryant was, who's Kevin Costner play?
Dances with Wolves.
No, the head guy.
Oh, yeah.
No,
we're talking about Yellowstone, I think.
he was the dad. He was the dad of Yellowstone.
Oh,
yeah.
gotcha.
I forgot.
Yes. Yeah.
Blanking.
Yeah. Okay. See, so we got a lot of fans of Yellowstone. No.
I've never seen it.
Yeah.
Have you not?
You know what is? No,
I've seen it a
I
little
don't get
bit.
to
Yeah.
watch TV
I've seen
in
a
our
couple of
house.
seasons.
Yeah, every time the season comes out.
like that engine.
What are they up
I'm
to? Like
grounded.
season
Six.
5, 6?
I think.
Yeah.
Five,
I think
six.
we see
How
saw
many more
4 or
seasons
5.
do you think they'll go though?
I think they're wrapping it up.
Wrapping it up
Yeah.
because
The-
I've noticed the good shows do 6 to 7 seasons.
Yeah. There's a new one.
He's not
that-
an NCIS fan.
No, I'm not. I'm not. Like, don't get me started on something. Or that Law and Order. Like, it's like if you let's binge watch Law and Order from now until the day you die. How many episodes?
Oh,
It's
man.
like binge watching The Simpsons.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah, they're still going too.
I think there's like 800 and something episodes of The Simpsons.
That's fantastic. What was the cartoon one with Cartman?
Oh,
South
South
Park.
Park.
Still
Yeah.
going.
I binge watch that
Still
all the
going,
time.
yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
I'm ready for
There's
the new
so
Andy
many-
season.
Griffith had the record for a while, didn't he?
No, they had a lot of
Oh
episodes.
no, I Love Lucy was
I love Lucy.
the one that was there for a while.
Andy Griffith's so much better than that.
You know what though? I'm more of a Matlock
Not
fan.
much competition.
Yeah, I could get into some Matlock.
MASH.
Yeah. Josh Campbell, what's the last thing you dressed up as? Do you remember?
I don't.
Has it been a while?
Golly. Oh, I dressed up as the Scarecrow. from
Wizard
of
Oz?
Yep.
Did y'all do a family thing? Like
It was.
everybody?
It was.
Okay.
And you got the
Desi
scarecrow?
type.
That's what you drew?
Yeah. They were like,
You
"Dad,
could be
you're
the
this
lion or something.
Is that the one that says, "If I only had a brain"?
If I only had a brain.
Just making sure.
Oh, Lord. Yeah.
I should have been the Tin Man. I don't have a heart. That's what I was told.
Oh, that sounds about right.
I think you guys just
the
settled this.
lion-
All four of us, we can dress up, man. You gotta be Dorothy, though.
Oh,
You be the lion.
Okay.
I'm the
All
Scarecrow.
right.
He doesn't have a heart.
That's pretty good. All right. Jared, I remember seeing you as something recently.
you already asked.
Yeah, that last time? Just tell
Yeah,
us
I
for
dressed up as oh my gosh, Uncle
Cousin Eddie.
Cousin Eddie.
Yeah,
Eddie.
from Christmas Vacation.
Christmas vacation. I
can
had
see
the
that.
I had the hat on and the fake cigar in my mouth.
floppy
and
ear
the
hat.
floppy
Yeah,
ear hat and
yeah.
Did
everything.
you drag around the RV septic hose?
No, I did not
That
do
would've
that
been
part.
good.
I didn't do that
Carry
part,
around
but
the-
I had everything else.
that
I
would've
bought
been
it.
good.
The robe?
Yes, I got the robe.
Yeah,
I still got it
nice.
all. It's all sitting at the house. That's my.
Oh.
It's pretty funny. I actually bought it for Christmas. I didn't buy it for Halloween. I bought it for Christmas because I don't know. That's
We're
it's
going to the
Christmas
in-laws.
movie. So,
That would be good.
and I bought that, and I bought the Grinch outfit,
That's awesome.
and I scared our youngest one just because it was fun. She was 3 at the time, 3.5. And I came in there as the Grinch, and she ran.
I would too.
Do y'all do
I would too.
like themed things here, or is that a different kind of like an event, like a Halloween thing for members, or is
So
that?
we have, you can have a private event here.
Oh, okay.
We do rent out for 3 or 4 hours, but
Now, is that for members only, or anybody can
No,
rent?
it can be open up. We try to screen it, make sure,
Sure.
it's not going to be a house party or something. And usually like off prime hours because we won't, part of being a member is you have access 24/7.
Yeah.
24/7, so it doesn't
Yeah,
close.
That's what that code is on the door.
So anybody can come in if you're a
So
member.
what's the code?
If it's 2 a.m, somebody can come in and hang
Yeah.
out.
yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty good. That's handy. I'd like that.
Golf
we had
24/7.
Yeah, I'd like that. Jared and I had a kind of an office like that in Huntsville, and I'd never had anything like that. So it was neat to just have that space.
Yeah, just
when you need
somewhere
it. So
to
I
go.
could see that in
Yeah.
Coleman being
Especially when I
useful.
was in Huntsville all the time. It was nice to be able to leave that house and
to drive, and you
go
got somewhere
sit
to
at another place that's quiet with nobody around.
Right.
Yeah. All right. Great. Are you a big wings fan? Do you eat wings?
I love wings. Yeah.
Are you a spicy guy?
Do you like
I mean,
wings?
How
I'm not going to
spicy?
say connoisseur,
Okay. You're a wing guy.
but I like wings.
Yeah.
Remember when they used to have the wing competition? Do they still do that?
Where at?
They
There's still
had
wing
it downtown. It was where I guess
That was when
wherever-
they did the Cluck and Brew.
The Cluck and Brew. Do they not do that no more?
They don't do it anymore.
But
Yeah.
they had the
that
wing
was fun.
contest.
Somebody needs to
That
pick
was
that up.
Yeah, that was fun. I like
That's
that
something we
event.
need to do because I'm going to tell you, the guys at Moe's always won it.
The wing competition. Yeah.
But I think I can give them a run for their money now.
all right, Josh Phillips, where's the best wings in town then?
I mean, it's hard to get away from the downtown grill.
Downtown Grill.
Yeah, and we've
They've got
them,
that crisp.
We've got them nailed in pretty good at home too. Yeah.
Oh, you do them yourself?
Oh yeah, we smoke some wings.
Smoke them?
Yes.
What kind of smoker do you have?
Traeger.
Oh,
Yeah.
the pellet.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
lazy man.
That. No,
Lazy man
I got
smoker.
an electric smoker, so man.
So do you smoke yours the whole time? Like I only smoke mine for like a couple of hours on low heat. Get the flavor
I can't give it.
and then bake it or grill them off or.
Well, you got a secret recipe over
Yeah.
there.
I might
You're
go,
not.
I might go public. I don't
You're
know.
not sharing this, huh? Okay.
No, it's 225, couple hours, and you're done on the Traeger. So
But that's what I'm saying. You just do smoke to cook them
yeah,
all.
yeah.
See,
And
I just do a little.
Where do you
smoke.
source your chicken?
love-
Where do you get your chicken from?
Store Josh's house.
There's an alley back
growing
over
some
here you
chickens?
can go.
Raising
And,
chickens.
Hey, y'all leave me out of this.
Wait, is this for real?
We got a couple of houses out there.
Okay. All right. I didn't know this about you. Wings.
I mean, I like all kinds of food. We can talk
But
about
wings
food
are
the whole
big,
time.
though. I like wings. They got, Johnny's does their seasonal wings. We gave Josh a hard time. Josh Wiggins.
I got him the
about,
other day.
Wait, Johnny's has wings?
yes.
Oh, man.
Yes, I did not know that.
Yeah,
and
they're
I
seasonal.
ordered them that weekend, and they're good.
Yeah.
Missed the
they're
last
good.
episode.
Yeah, Johnny's does everything pretty good. So
Yeah.
I'd
Yeah,
have to
give them a
those.
try.
Yeah,
And
and I'm not knocking Buffalo Wild Wings. We eat there.
Yeah. once a week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe once every 2 weeks.
I like, what I like about
Have you had
B-Dubs
Hank's?
is the variety. I haven't had
a lot of
their
flavors.
wings.
Their wings are good. Hank's wings. The only thing is they don't have a lot of sauces. I wish they'd do more sauces.
I did have their wings. We remember that meeting we had?
Yep.
I did. They were good.
But,
They
I mean,
were
they
very
do.
good.
They do
I had the
good
wings and the
wings.
salad.
My kids
We
love
actually went there to
Yeah.
have the meeting about the upcoming event that
That's right.
Impact's about to hold.
Yeah,
That's a
we're
nice segue.
doing
Did you
a,
see
uh,
how
Hold
I
on, tell
just
us about this,
slipped
Josh.
in
Get
there?
in here and tell us this.
Now you're going to talk. Get into the
There
mic.
you
Tell
go.
us.
October the 18th, we're having our rooftop here at the Klein Building and Penn High. It'll be the rendezvous.
The real estate
The
rendezvous.
real estate rendezvous.
Yeah.
What is this? What is it? What is it about?
So it is basically an event to bring in anybody and everybody that is remotely involved with real estate, from people who have gutter companies.
So anybody's
concrete
welcome.
companies, real
Oh,
estate,
yeah.
real estate agents, attorneys,
Interior designers.
So
Interior
any
designers,
connection to
furniture.
what about web designers?
Heck yeah, man.
They got websites, right?
digital?
I'll sneak in here.
All are welcome. All are welcome. But
Cool.
it's
The
great for
guys that
realtors.
do
you know.
the what is it? The drone guy.
Oh yeah,
picture
drone
guy?
photography
Yeah.
and stuff.
So the idea is to let them network. You know,
Okay. Yeah.
Just bring them here, let them network. Like the drone guy, he picked up business with some of the real estate agents and
Yeah.
home inspectors. Got to meet other folks and
Now, tell me again. I'm terrible with dates. October 18th, did you say?
Mm-hmm.
All right, and it's going to be at Penn High.
It's actually going to be rooftop.
Rooftop.
Same building.
Same building.
Third floor.
Okay.
Yep.
Climb building,
I mean,
rooftop.
if somebody wants to come down and see Penn High, that's what we did last time. And
I got you. But the event is up top,
Yep.
upstairs.
Yep.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Very cool. Have y'all done this before?
we try to do it every
4 times.
4 months or so.
Oh, okay. So this is like a quarterly kind of thing.
That's the idea.
Have you had a lot of people show up?
Yeah.
A bunch.
Big event.
And a lot of
That's
it's
interesting
good
to
to
And
see.
it's fun.
When I first got out of college, me and Matt Welch started a home inspection thing. And it was rough getting in with realtors and
Right.
getting your name out. See, that's kind of nice. Having an event where you can go meet people and
Yep.
literally give cards and get to know people.
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
Well, we had a young guy that came in, and he told us that his superior called him and said, "Hey, clear your schedule for such and such a date." He said, "You're
That's
going
good.
to this event," and he didn't even know what it was, but he told his mom, knew his mom, and he came and he was able to meet folks, network, hit a couple of
Sounds
golf
fun.
balls.
Okay. All right. So it's kind of a meet and greet networking.
Yeah, our business is all about relationships, man.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
you got to do that kind of stuff.
Is going to be a DJ or anything? Or
Are you offering?
hey,
Come on.
look, I've been
bust out the,
thinking
hey, you just
about
bust
it.
out the guitar and just
Yeah.
Yeah,
do
you
solo
play
act.
satellite.
We had a musician.
That's a tough one.
There you go.
That's it.
There
You
go.
sing, you play.
There you go.
We'll leave both of those up to Michael.
No, yeah, I've been thinking about getting in a little bit, so just consider it. You know, just little DJ in the
little
corner,
scratching.
little chill,
fact that you
relaxing
play-
music.
You play Naughty by Nature, Hip Hop Array, and everybody.
I don't think that's really. There's not a
I think
lot of
most
that.
every time I
yeah.
see them, they're like,
Yeah.
Now they push buttons.
that's what I'm
And-
saying.
but a
Yeah.
lot
Michael
of-
was
That's
doing
it.
this. I'm like, he might be out of
Very
date, man.
intense knob turning.
Yeah.
Too.
What do they call it when like they'll start out with the like a chord, and they record it, then they do another chord,
Oh, a
and record
loop.
it, they loop them in.
Oh,
Have you ever
see
seen
that a lot? Yeah, like a one-man
The one-man
band
shows.
kind of
That
situation.
I
actually-
forgot who
Very
we went and
impressive.
saw. He was actually at one time a famous country singer, but he played in Decatur, and we went and watched him, and he was doing all that.
Yeah.
And it was amazing. Like the song, the quality of the music was awesome. Like
Yeah.
it is, and it's pretty talented to keep up with
Heck yeah.
all those loops. I mean, he had like 4 or 5, and he's got his feet moving around like he's a drummer. You know,
I bet it's
And all
easier
the
than
different
keeping a
pedals.
band together, though.
Yeah, you're
they're
probably
probably
Getting an
cheaper.
argument with yourself.
Yeah.
You're off key.
Can't really blame the bassist on that
Yeah,
one,
right.
can you?
You look at your foot and it's like, hey, look, we need to talk.
That's pretty good. All right, Josh Phillips, it's football season. Do you do anything, any game day tradition? Do you do much?
We chase kids, man.
Yeah.
You know, we got little
You got
kids.
quite a few.
Yeah, I know. We got
You
four.
got 4
Yeah.
kids, so that's a handful, I'm sure. So on the weekends, you're running
so
around with kids.
Noah plays Mondays, Isaac plays Thursday. Got practice Tuesday and Thursday for Lily and Grant, and then you play Friday. Like tonight, Noah's dressing out as a freshman. So
Okay.
All right.
he's got that.
Is that a home game tonight?
It
What
is.
it? Okay.
Yeah, it's Hartzell. It's gonna be tough.
Oh, it'll be a big game.
Yeah, there's some big dudes on Hartzell's team. I feel really bad for Coleman.
Yeah, they're good. They're good.
And then Saturday, Grant plays in the youth
Okay.
league, so we're
Man, you're nonstop.
we burn it up, buddy. Hey, I was telling Josh about Carline. I took that picture at 7:05, and
You
'cause
gotta see
he
his
did his
picture.
I
Carline
haven't
videos.
seen. Yeah. Oh, are you starting back?
No.
They're bus riders.
We're
now.
we're on the bus.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're on the bus.
I'm not doing that no more. I'm out.
He did his time. He's like, y'all got the bus.
Oh Lord.
But I told him, since he does all the video stuff, I was like, hey man, you need to just come ride around with me.
Yeah.
We're
You know?
gonna go and lay out. We've been looking at the Google Maps and laying out the proper way to get there and get him in first place. So
You got to get there.
We're gonna
like
be
6:40
strategical.
apparently. They don't even,
First place is hard.
so
the
hard.
first step is to wake up at 3:00 in the morning.
I'm about to say.
Hey, so it's funny. Lily was in the truck with me when I was sending that stuff. I was like, I'm, talking to Josh, telling her, we're in 11th, and we got here at 7:05.
What are they doing?
They're just
What are they-
sitting there. I don't know. That's what I think.
What
I'm
are
like,
they-
what do y'all got time
what
to
are they-
do?
yeah.
But
Where,
anyway,
are you
Lily
east,
asked me.
west, where
All over.
primary?
4 schools. I go to 4 schools.
So age-wise, you've
So-
got 4.
I've got
You got
ninth
4
grade.
lines to get in.
I've got
Oh,
7th grade.
man.
I've got
High school, middle
3rd
school,
grade, which is the east, and I have
East.
2nd grade, which is primary.
and primary.
Yeah.
You.
So I was like,
hit
Josh, you come
all
on, Bubba.
4.
Let's go.
I've never heard of that.
Yeah.
I hit 3.
Yeah. So that's what's fun. I have to
Actually, I
start
don't
early.
hit 3. I only hit 1 now because I've got a driver. So
Yeah,
I let the
I know,
driver
right?
take
I got
the
a
high
couple
school
more
and middle
years.
school.
I'm getting anxiety just thinking about having to go to 4
Yeah.
schools. Man.
That's funny.
You know what
So,
I've learned to do?
time
Just
for
go at the
homeschool.
very end of the day, like at the end of the
Drop
hour.
them off
Like
at the
my
end of the day?
Yeah, no, I mean like the end of the hour, right before first period. Like wait till the
Oh,
last
yeah,
second and
yeah.
just tell them to run. Be like,
Yeah.
just run.
go.
Because if not, you got to wait. I hate the lines.
Yeah.
And the primary school's the worst. Nothing against. They've done everything they can to make it flow, but it's an.
This is why they need me in their car line, because then we would be singing Neil Diamond.
It's more fun.
Or
Yeah. It's more fun.
That's what you can do. Just take you some
Gotta make it
speakers, put
fun.
them on the back, and get your karaoke machine. And
So
What gets me? Oh, go ahead, Josh.
No, you're fine. I was just going to tell a quick story.
Yeah.
My daughter goes to Kids for Christ, which is at 7:15,
Yeah.
Okay.
which actually makes it a lot easier because it kind of breaks it up.
Yeah.
And I took her 2 weeks ago, and I didn't know that Kids for Christ didn't start until October.
Okay.
So I'm going through the line. The gate was open. They have the security gates. I was like, I just followed somebody in. It was a teacher. I thought I was going to the thing. Anyway, I get up there. There's nobody up there. 3 teachers are coming up being like,
What's this guy doing?
I was like, I'm an idiot. Sorry. So to bring that back, when I was talking to you and being like, yeah, we're in 11th. Sorry, I will never get to first. Don't worry about it. And we got off the phone and Lily goes, Daddy, we were first like 2 weeks ago. And I was like, we can't do that every week, baby. That was kind of cheating.
yeah,
They didn't even have the gates open.
Yeah, you get in kind of a groove in Carline by the middle of the year, right? You kind of
gets- it
everybody
gets
kind of
better.
knows their
Yeah.
thing.
I will say they've done a better job at primary because at one time at primary, it's
What's the new
first
road?
of
It's
the
gotta
year.
be the new road,
Well,
right?
and
There's a new class in there, too.
yeah, and the way they've orchestrated going in and out, they've changed everything to back when at one point it would go down Stadium Drive and then turn in both directions,
You'd
heading
be-
all the way.
you would
The
be backed
line
up
was
to the
2
middle
miles.
school.
Yeah,
You'd be backed up to the
Yeah.
middle school and up the hill.
yes,
Listen.
towards
Hey,
the old hospital.
Yeah.
The line
No
would be
way.
That's
that
not
long.
allowed.
Listen, I used to do, but I had a little trick to that, and you could go down one of the middle lines and park. And if you parked, you could walk your child across. And so I skipped it every time by having him have to get out and walk. So
I like your story about. Tell your story real quick about tailgating somebody.
no,
way to Carline.
That means you should.
This is not.
So I'm gonna tell it, and you can correct me. So
We're trying to forget this, Josh.
He's yelling at this guy.
A blemish on my record.
So much more therapy now.
Oh, this is bad.
Yelling and waving his hands
Yeah.
at this guy. And
Yeah.
It turns out they're going to the same place.
Yeah.
And they're both late. And so they both have to go and take their kids in.
Yeah, this is
sign
back
'em in.
when you had to. If you're late, you got to go in and sign the thing. Yeah, it was really bad, and then it turned out it was a business owner that we frequent a lot, and so then that got awkward. And it wasn't a guy; it was a woman. I'm sorry. It gets way worse. It gets worse and worse. Yeah.
Screaming at some road rage there.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, more gestures than screaming, but it was bad. It was because here's the thing: we had never was late, never for years and years, never was late, and then we saw the train coming. And
The train's
she
always
had,
coming.
she had plenty of time, and but anyways.
She didn't
that
go.
So
was-
what do y'all
that
think
was
about the
bad.
silent locations in Coleman now? Because that at the crossings now.
Oh yeah, no,
They've
horn.
almost got it where they don't have to blow the horn. Now, I
Right.
live close to one of them now, and it's been great.
So you notice it. You really notice.
Like, I notice now when they do blow it because it don't happen as often.
Yeah.
But it was what was just funny is they just started that, and then that guy got hit by the train, and everybody was
In
like,
town?
Yeah, some guy got hit by the train. It was a
I
week or
didn't
so
hear
ago.
about this.
Yeah,
Lord help with everything going on in the world.
I think he was
That one got
chasing
by
a
me.
dog or something.
Oh, he wasn't even in a car.
No,
How do you? Never mind.
yeah.
Wow.
And it's right when they stopped blowing the horn.
that train
It
coming
was
down.
like,
Yeah.
It's coming round the bend.
dude, I can hear that train coming from
like-
around the bend, all like
I ain't seen the
shaking the
sunshine.
house. It's like,
Yeah. They,
ain't seen the train.
they haven't fixed that over by gate where Impact is. I was outside on the phone the other day, and he laid
okay.
down
So
on that horn. and I was-
the one near the Walgreens is not there yet.
Yep.
They haven't finished it to make it silent. So I can hear. I'm at the next one on 9th Street, so I can hear that one from the distance. And then they don't blow as much at my house anymore, which is nice because at 6:30 in the morning or 5 in the morning, and not waking you up.
Through that.
Yeah. Okay.
Michael's like, that was a boring segment. That was all.
You gotta edit that out.
Trains not blowing a horn.
First of all, we both live in the county. We're like, well,
Yeah, I know. Like, we don't hear it
I
at
can't
all.
hear it
Like-
from Brushy Pines. You're talking about all these city problems.
So apparently some guy got hit by a train. Josh, did you? We don't even have those.
Train. What
we
is
stayed
that?
up late shooting coyotes last night,
You got any chickens left?
eating all our cat food.
Josh, you mentioned Yellowstone. Do y'all stream? a lot?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Anything you're watching lately? Anything?
Oh gosh, I don't know. Not
There's some
yet.
new, there's a lot of new shows out. It
Yeah.
seems like they got some new things.
I
coming
love
out.
movies. You know, my big thing are movies. I'm trying to think.
What's the last movie you saw?
I don't know.
I just watched Inside Out too.
Oh yeah,
I watch a lot of kids.
animated.
It just
Yeah.
came on Disney Plus, so I had to watch it with the little kids. They
Yeah.
wanted to watch
Yeah.
it. So
You know,
do you watch a lot?
Probably the Emoji Movie, like 2
Yeah.
nights ago.
Oh, yeah. I saw that one.
That's
pretty good.
It's on Netflix
what
right now,
That's what I'm
so-
saying. It goes like I can't tell you the last one I watched because I've watched that one 30 times.
30 times.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. we
Last
do-
good one, Rebel Ridge, was pretty good.
Rebel Ridge.
It was about the
yeah.
retired Marine that was
I
going
haven't
through
seen that
town,
one
and
yet.
these cops kind of rough him up and take his money, and it's a whole.
Is this kind of like a
Whole good-
Rambo?
I haven't watched that.
situation.
It
Yeah,
is.
yeah,
Similar.
Yeah, he's one versus the world. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was a good one.
Yeah. Okay.
Netflix. Yep.
Do you do
He-
Seinfeld or Friends? Or either.
Both.
You don't.
Yeah.
Both.
Yeah,
You're a fan.
I mean, but we grew up watching them. So
Yeah.
yeah. Danielle's a big Friends watcher. You know, but I don't know.
You can take either one.
TV's fine for me. You know, it's on. I've got ADHD. It can be
Okay.
playing.
You're like
Okay.
You're like me.
Actually,
have
it's-
multiple
it's
things going on.
It's preferable for a TV to be on and me be working.
On your
Really?
computer.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
what I'm. That's how I
Why
am.
is that? What, it helps you
Just
focus,
yeah,
or
Yeah.
Yeah.
that helps you focus?
If you're ADHD, it actually
I can
does.
answer
Or
that too.
or a podcast.
Because when I started working with him, I was
Yeah.
like, I met my match. I
you-
do the
you-
same
you
thing.
both
I'll
are.
have YouTube pulled up
Yep.
and be
Listening.
reading something else and typing and doing. answering an email.
I was the guy, like, if you had me read, like, one of those chapter books we had to do, I would read the same page, like, 8 times. And I'm like, I have no idea what it says, you know? Man. It's pretty miserable, but, like, audiobooks are great.
Do you do a lot of book on tape and audiobooks?
I love the audiobooks. So
anything lately?
I just started. I'm getting a phone call. Jay Weatherly's calling me.
Go ahead and answer it.
Hey, Jay.
Hey, Jay.
No, y'all keep going. I want to tell you the name of this book, though, because it started off really good.
Yeah, I've been reading a lot of these Warhammer books. I don't know if you've seen this, but yeah,
Warhammer?
I know, right? I said the same thing, but somebody was like, "You should really try it,"
or something like that.
It's in that vein.
Oh,
but if you go to some of these gamer stores in town, the one up on 157, I don't know if y'all know it. It's called Gamer Geeks, but you can go back there and they have these big tables where people you paint and build these kind of model armies and stuff, and people, it's this whole thing. It's pretty cool, but they've got some books.
Where's it go again?
Yeah, I'm telling you, it's neat. Though.
Where's it?
It's up. Do you know where? It's up by Buena Vista on 157. Over by the interstate.
Oh, in that new shopping center?
In that shopping center.
Yeah.
It's a cool place, though. If you ever, check it out, take your kids there. It's pretty neat. But they have the whole setups with, like, their little mech guys and the tanks and these
sons
army
love
things.
that.
Yeah.
I go there up there often. That's where I get my pedicure in the nail salon place.
You
next
do?
door.
You
Yes.
get a pedicure?
You darn straight.
Really?
I love getting my feet rubbed.
Are there really health benefits to all that stuff?
No, it's just that's the only person who rub my feet is pedicure people.
No kidding. Is that the place to go?
I like it. Like, they do a good job.
They only touch me if I pay them.
Like, how often do you go?
It's actually kind of funny because Andrea told me last night, she was like,
It's time.
your nails
feet
are long.
stink.
You need to go. I'm like, I try to go maybe once every 2 months.
You don't tell her that, though, right?
No, she knows.
Okay.
She knows.
No, I mean,
love
like, you don't tell her, hey, you need to go get your feet did.
Yeah, they're rough sometimes.
Oh, man.
That's gutsy.
Women wear high heels and stuff, and it makes their feet all rough.
It's
I
rough.
like.
Have y'all ever
when
tried
you were a
that?
kid and you ran around barefoot all the time? You probably still do out there.
I don't know
Brushy
how they-
Pond
oh,
where
yeah,
you live.
we're
You're
barefoot.
people.
We do.
So your feet are all rough and everything. and
Only
it's
up
like,
in the front yard because that's where all the centipede is.
Yeah.
We got that briar grass.
Yeah, you can't go in the
out
backyard.
The Go Giver.
The Go Giver.
Yeah, have you read that by
I've
Bob?
heard about
Bob
it.
Goff?
I haven't.
It's a must listen.
Okay.
I won't say must read, but
Can you kind of tell me? I mean, what's the? Is it like a?
So actually, the Go Giver isn't by Bob Goff, but I will tell you about a book by Bob Goff. It's called Everybody Always.
Everybody Always.
That one. Start there. Start with that one. Yeah.
Are these kind of like personal development books, or
Yeah, most of
kind
them
of improve? How can you can?
So Everybody Always is basically about how Jesus walked the earth in a modern day mentality. And the Go Giver is it's a story about a guy that develops and earns works his business by being the guy that connects and gives and pour out. It's again a kingdom of God theology working in the world.
So he's
you serve
put-
people, you love people,
Okay.
you serve people, love people to death, and you keep doing that, and then your business will grow.
give more value than
So-
you're getting.
Yeah,
Is that kind of
giver's
similar?
game, man.
Giver's
Seed
game.
sowing principle.
Okay. I like that. That goes against the grain a little, doesn't it? I mean, that's not how a lot.
It depends on how you
common
walk.
sense.
Depends on what grain you're talking about.
That's what I mean.
it's
like common
the
though.
seed sowing principle is no different than gravity. So, like, if I drop this hat, it has to obey gravity. God
Yeah.
created the seed sowing principle just like it created gravity.
Yeah.
I mean, if you understand that, then you're not going against the grain.
Yeah, that
You're
sounds
going
good.
with God's science.
I guess what I'm saying though is like it seems like there's not a ton of people doing that in the business world. It seems more about how can I get more of.
So y'all
mine.
LinkedIn guys? Y'all on
How
LinkedIn?
can this financially benefit?
There's
Yeah,
a,
there's
there's
a
a
benefit
group
to
called
me,
Faith-Driven Entrepreneurs.
Really?
And then there's a faith-driven investor.
I guarantee
and it's
you
a groups
they
of guys,
agree,
and that's
you
how
know?
they
Yeah.
run their business.
What's it called?
It's called Faith-Driven Entrepreneurs. And then there's another group called Faith-Driven Investors. So they are training entrepreneurs to be more faith-driven in their business models and how they develop their business and grow their business. Same way with investors. How do you invest in more faith-driven entrepreneurs on your end to grow better?
Yeah, at the end of the day,
business?
Michael, that's, I mean, and we'll talk a little bit about impact and kind of like our isms of who we are and what we do and why we do it. And
Do y'all
for
apply this kind of mentality?
for you to say that like that's against the grain or that's not the norm is just, I guess I'm in a bubble, because like our group, it's every client, every time, no exceptions, no excuses.
Even
you
if
know?
it's not your client.
Right.
You know, when the real estate agent will call and say, hey, we're in a jam and it's not our client. And we'll answer the phone and just say, well, what kind of loan type is it? And
Yep.
help them out and be like, give them our best advice on it. And it's not our client. It's not going to financially benefit us.
You know, there's clients that we can't write a loan for today. That happens 50% of the call, you know, maybe 25% of the calls. Well, instead of being like, hey, you don't qualify, have a good day, we try to present it in, you'd call it silver lining. What we call it is like, you're either, for us, when you call us, you're either a current client or you're going to be a future client.
Gotcha.
You know, so, hey, you're not
kicking them out the door.
Right. And that's
Saying,
how, and that comes from like a personal story for me when I was 21, 22. Like, I've always been interested in real estate. I never knew I'd be in it. I went to Wachovia. I was a business major in entrepreneurship, and I wrote the plan like they told me to write the plan, you know, in school. And
Yeah.
I had the numbers. I had it, you know, fully laid out, and I handed it to a banker of, you know, what I was going to do. And the house I wanted to buy, the plan was to rent it out. And they basically laughed me out.
But that's more the norm, right?
That
It actually is.
that burned,
Right?
But not for me. I don't know.
Not how you do
I'm
it.
not working with those people.
But okay, but out in the wild,
Yeah.
wouldn't you say that's more of the norm?
That's great for us, because if
Yeah.
people are getting treated like that, they need to
then
go.
they can come see you.
They need
and,
to come
and
see us.
something different.
Yeah. So
yeah.
you fast forward like it'd be 17, 18 years.
Yeah.
And it became my career, and it became a passion to never, you know, be that.
Well, you can help people. A lot of it's just they need help understanding financials
Man,
and how
and
to like
I'll-
manage. Like,
I'll-
don't open accounts and don't. Open,
I'll talk to-
like that kind of stuff. Like, everybody goes to a Belk or somewhere and they're like, "Do you want to open an account?" And they give them all their information. They open an account they'll never use.
5% off.
Yeah, for 5% that
Right.
one time. But yet,
So
you ran your credit.
I want to say something really nice about Campbell. We're on record, aren't we?
Yeah, we are. It's live.
I'm kidding.
Hey, you can keep this forever.
Yeah.
Record it and put it in your.
It's gonna be his ringtone.
Yeah,
Just making sure we're still recording.
ringtone forever.
No, so
Mike was like, still recording.
You know, he
Yeah.
comes from an education background, and I say we, it was really his catalyst that got. I mean, I was there, but we started going to all the different county schools. Have you ever talked about that?
We
here.
haven't, no.
So he goes to these county schools, and we're actually teaching those, or he's actually teaching the basics of what you're talking about. Like, hey, how does credit work? Why? Yes, you do need to have a card, probably not a Belk card, you know, something that's going to earn you some points or something, not 5% off one time. But anyway, I forgot to tell you this. I was at Wells Fargo making a deposit, and the teller came up to me and said, "Hey, did you go to Fairview and talk to the 8th grade?" And I was like, I mean, we've been all over the county. She's like last week. I was like, not me. Yeah, it's Campbell.
Oh yeah.
The other Josh.
But her son.
That's what the email says. The other Josh
right.
at impactmortgage.com.
No, Philly and Campbell. That's the best way to go about it. But her son had came in from school and was like, "Mom, guy came in and told me about mortgages today. Do you know about mortgages?" I know about like
Hey,
awesome. I thought
yeah.
that, and
so
that
this is a thing y'all are doing.
it
every-
just goes to like
every
the heart
quarter
of, the
or
heart of what we want to do.
years?
And again, 8th graders and even seniors aren't going to be buying houses.
Right.
You know, this is something that like we want to dive back, and that's why we're called Impact. We want to make an impact on our community.
Well, just like you said, when you see something done wrong, like within our industry, and you know better, then you make whatever you can do better.
Yeah, it kind of burns you though. You know, like it hurts when you hear about somebody doing something like that. You know,
Yeah.
one of those negative things, because now that person has that perception in their brain that that's what that industry is, and that's what we're trying to change.
So y'all are shaking it up a little bit.
We have definitely shook up a lot of things.
Yeah.
Going to Impact, yeah.
Locally, or what? I mean,
we're Tennessee, Mississippi, Alabama, working on
Okay.
Florida.
Dang.
So
I
we
didn't
can
realize
we can
that.
go to any of those places. Yeah. But we've got a team in Tupelo, guy down in Tuscaloosa, and then us 4 up here, and 1 in Huntsville. So
Things have been kind of
We got
a lot of extremes in real estate.
in Marshall.
Yeah, Red Bay.
It feels like
Red Bay.
Sorry, say it again, Michael.
last couple of years, 3 or 4 years, real estate's been a little volatile. Yeah,
You can say that. It's a good outsider observation.
You hit the nail on the head.
Y'all been through a lot,
Yeah.
I would say,
Yeah.
right? What's that been like? I mean, to live that as your career.
I got close to God.
Yeah,
I am not gonna joke about it any more than that. It is seriously we don't get a salary.
Right.
You know, it's not like I can just if we can just
gotcha.
get to the
It depends
15th, you know.
on
Yeah.
everybody
And
coming
your
in.
faith
somebody-
gets tested.
and
real
you
quick.
depend on God.
Yeah.
You're just
I
out there.
remember. I mean, you were a year and a half in, and you had the best year you'd think it had, and then there's like 2 months where it's like, you're like, Philly, I don't know. I'm like,
Can I come mow your yard?
Oh man.
I'm like, brother, this is where
I didn't really ask that.
I said, have you ever not paid your bills? Has he ever not provided?
Right.
Have you ever not eaten? You know, you got to go
been
back.
there.
But the
every
fear
step.
of that is hard to shake, right?
Yeah, if you let it. But I
you-
mean,
yeah.
you either walk in fear or walk by faith.
That's it.
You know,
Yeah. I like that. So where can we find out about Impact? Where are you guys located?
physically,
Physically, yeah.
we're about to move.
Oh, okay,
I didn't know if you were. I was going to turn to you for that one.
Yeah, I
it's
got
a big
you.
secret, though,
I
where
got
we're
you.
going.
So
Yeah.
you guys are going to be opening up shop in a new location.
So currently we're by Doug Doggett, right there on Cherokee Avenue, or
Yeah,
where the new
Southtown.
Waffle House is.
the new Waffle
That's
House.
the new Waffle House.
That's our back door.
Yeah.
You walk out of
Yeah.
our office.
Y'all
and
eat
it's
there a
right
lot?
No, man. I got up close to
I'm watching
like
my figure.
198 pounds, and I was like, "Whoa, hold on!"
You're putting it on.
I almost dropped.
What's
two
your norm?
dimes.
What's your regular?
I mean, when I was playing ball, I was probably like 180.
Oh, you can't go back to playing ball. How long ago was that?
But I was a hard 180, Jared. And now I'm a soft. Now I'm a solid soft 185. But
Okay.
it's just not the same material.
I'll tell you a funny story. So my 13-year-old was running her mouth the other day at the soccer field saying, Dad, you getting fat and blah, blah, blah. And you're not as fast as you used to be. And
Which
I
is
was
true,
like-
but I'm still faster than you.
Yeah, I told her, I said, I know I can beat
I like where this is going.
And the grandparents were like, y'all should race.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I looked at her, I was like, I'll even race with no shoes on. I'll go barefoot. And we did a race for half the soccer field, and I blew her out of the water. And she turned and looked at me. I said, I might be fat and slow, but you're never going to be fast enough to beat me.
There you go. I like it.
But you're always fast.
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm
even in
still not
elementary
bad.
school.
Yeah, I mean,
I just
You just got to think about like an
But it
old
hurt.
cheetah, right? An old cheetah.
It's still a cheetah, though.
Hey, I can catch the
still a
hippopotamus or
cheetah.
something
Yeah.
that don't move too fast, but I'm still a cheetah. But just
It's that burst of speed, not the longevity, right?
You know what's
us
the
short
hardest
people,
part?
We got to get our knees
Stopping.
up. Yeah.
The stopping part is the
That's
hardest.
getting hard.
Well,
Yeah.
like when I started to slow down, I could feel it in my hips.
Yeah.
Like the slowing down hurt. My hips started hurting. I was like, good God, I'm getting old. This is not
You're
good.
starting to look for a
Michael, when's
part
the
of
last
gym
time you
that's got a pad?
You sprinted? When's the last time you sprinted?
Well, you got to understand, I've got new hips, so I haven't.
He's RoboCop.
Yeah,
$6 million man.
That's right, titanium in both. So I couldn't tell you. Probably like a full-on sprint. Now I'll be honest, I feel better now than I have in years. So I've probably come
Keep it
closer.
that way.
I just
to-
saw one
Don't
of those
race
reels or
your
something.
teenager.
I saw a reel or something on the internet that said basically once you're past 30, you never sprint
You never sprint
ever again. And I was like, man,
Could be true.
I mean, think about it. Probably is.
Yeah.
Who's out
I'm
there?
actually trying to think.
Who's out
like,
there
other
plus
than
30?
the other day to race?
Besides like David Goggins and those guys.
Yeah, yeah.
Like superhuman
We
people.
played soccer a couple years ago. The parents played the kids at the end of the year.
And you went out.
You
went
you know
full-
me. I can't lose.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so when I do that
I'm
kind of
not
stuff, I'm
losing
like,
to a bunch of
happy go
You
lucky.
just gotta
11-year-olds.
have-
I'm not.
Yeah.
No, I was
I'm not-
full speed with
I'm
no
not
on
hurting
tennis
for a
shoes.
week to beat some kids. You know.
Oh, I did. And I didn't have soccer shoes on, the cleats. So when I tried to stop or do anything, I bet you I busted my butt like 20 times. It's embarrassing. But at
That's
the same
awesome.
time, guess what? We did lose though. I guess that was the bad part.
Yeah.
Now, all three of y'all play football or no? Yeah, y'all play football, baseball. I know. Did you play baseball?
Baseball, basketball,
Basketball.
track.
You did it all.
I did basketball too.
What did you really?
I did football, basketball, track.
I did football, basketball, track, and baseball.
No kidding.
Yeah. Up until
How did you do baseball and track at the same time?
boy, I didn't
Was
do
it
it long.
tough?
I didn't do it long. My junior year, I dropped it down to football, baseball, basketball.
Yeah.
And then my senior year, I cut basketball out and just focused on baseball and football because there were people actually interested in me, going to the next level in those
Yeah.
two. I was like,
Yeah.
I'm probably not going anywhere in basketball,
Yeah.
My job was to dribble
did the
down
same
and
thing.
like
I didn't
pass
play
it to
basketball my
Justin
senior year.
Hollingsworth, or Michael Rutledge, one of those great people who actually were good at basketball.
Okay.
And tall.
Yeah, that too.
I was sitting there,
Did you do
at
anything?
5'7".
Did you do anything after high school?
Yeah, I went and
Talk
played.
about that.
I went and played baseball.
No kidding. Where?
College, yeah. 2 years at Wallace. We were a World Series team.
Really?
Yep. And then went to UNA, finished up there. Those
Played
2 years.
baseball at
Yep,
UNA?
Played baseball up there. Roar Lions.
Yeah.
Still love that place. Yeah.
Man, the campus looks nice. You been
yeah.
up there lately?
Yeah, I have.
They've done
I was
a
up
lot.
there. Again, I drive all over Alabama, so my son was playing up there early season. And then after that, I tried to play some indie ball and try to get into some minor league stuff. I
What'd
did
you
that for,
play?
Center field.
Center field.
Center field leadoff.
Okay. I didn't know all this. That's pretty interesting. So
Yeah.
There's a lot of people from
I was
Coleman
going to say
that
there's
played
there's
baseball
a good bit
in
of,
college.
of athletes. Yeah, there's a lot of athletes around.
That's a testament to that program, because when we were coming up, I mean, how many guys your age went to college and played in baseball? Maybe one. With Justin Stringer, right?
he was a year younger, but
okay,
he was,
but he was the only
Yeah.
one out of.
You got to remember,
Anybody
our senior
older than
year,
me.
we didn't play one home baseball game.
That's true.
That's when they were building the
and
new
his
baseball.
name's his name's still on the plaque.
Nope, I didn't play baseball.
Oh well, everybody else's names are
All
on the
my
plaque.
friends got to be. I didn't play baseball.
Oops.
I couldn't do the baseball.
Yeah.
I did the track instead. But yeah, so I mean, outside of obviously we had Wesley, Jimmy, and Brian all play football.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a few.
But anyway, that program. You look at my senior class, we all went and played college. There were only 4 of us, but we all went and played college.
Yeah.
The class below that. And ever since then, it's like year after year after year. And then you got a draft guy.
Yeah.
And
You're
then you get
Bowen's third year of head coach?
third or fourth.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's when Bowen was
And then-
starting to really pick up
man.
steam
And
in
then
the
you look
program.
at that program
was-
now. I mean, I couldn't even count how many guys have gone to college since.
Well, how many's went to the major leagues?
since that started? You could probably count on
4 or
one
5.
hand. Yeah.
4 or 5. I mean,
and you got a first rounder.
Yeah.
You keep going, and this program keeps
crazy.
becoming. And these kids see us win a state championship, and they grow up. Oh, they're just eating
We can
baseball.
do that.
Yeah, and believing in it and seeing it. That's awesome. It happened in basketball. I mean, I hope they can take that and do it with basketball, and it's not a one-time thing. But
So are you pretty? How do you handle the kids with sports? Are you tough like you are on yourself, or is there some room there?
I mean, I think first off, they can do whatever they want. Like, I'm not going to force you to play.
You're talking about sport, like
Right.
Which
You don't
sport?
have to
You're going to
play-
let them. They pick whatever.
Right. I want you to be involved. Just like whatever you want to do. That's kind of my thing. Like, whatever you're going to do, just go do it. You know, like try to be the best. Try to be the best teammate. Try to be the best at what your thing, and work outside of practice to be the best. Because if you're just going to practice,
It's not enough.
you're not going to be the best. I just want you to have something that you're focused on and like eat, sleeping, and
have a
drinking
little
all the time.
drive.
Yeah.
Put a little passion and love into if you're going to do it.
Yeah,
That's the only
and
thing
when
I tell
they're-
my kids.
Before
Like,
they get to like 12, it's like, whatever, Dad, okay. And then, you get to
After that point, it's
you get Noah, and once you get to like 14 and he starts clicking, like he's
Yeah.
becoming a young man.
Yeah.
He's starting to like, maybe Dad kind of
was right.
yeah. And I wake up and like Noah's out in the shop like lifting, like nobody told him to. I'm like, okay, he's starting to get it.
start seeing it.
He's starting to get it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I love that. But whatever you do, I don't care what you do. Just let's number one, be a good sport. Unless there's an issue you got to take care of. Yeah, I'm okay with you being mean. In certain cases.
Did y'all have any issues in high school? Do you remember any particular games where there were some
gosh.
issues?
Yeah.
Every Hartsville
That
game.
stand out.
Every Hartsville game is
Really?
Oh,
Yeah.
it didn't matter what sport.
Walker
Yeah,
was always
Walker,
tough. You know, you'd have guys that, punch in the
Oh,
pinch you
yeah.
and grab stuff and
Well,
Especially on the bottom of
West
a pile.
Point kids one tore my knee up my senior year
Yeah.
on purpose.
trying to cheap shot you. Yeah. That stuff exists, and that's not to say like it's prevalent. It's not, but there's that
But
guy.
it's there.
There's
Yeah.
that guy. And
It's
that's
seldom
what I'm
people
saying.
do
When it's when it's
something-
that guy, you go take care of that guy.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Yeah, you'd have. I don't want to say some of the stuff that would happen, but I mean,
There would be a crackback in that. Guy.
let's
Anybody-
just put it this way: when there's a pile of
Anybody,
people,
yeah.
what goes on in that pile,
Yeah.
depending on where you're at in the pile, it could be bad for you.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah, you just
That's why you try not to get tackled.
to
You
Amen.
can.
to get back, yeah. Just whatever you're going to do it hard.
Yeah.
I like that. That's why, the good thing about tennis is there were no piles.
Michael's over there just gracefully.
That's it.
I didn't do the grunt. Just-
Maybe maybe a little mouthing back and forth, but that was about it.
Yeah, a little jaw, yeah.
All right, Josh, North or South Walmart?
Oh, South.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, for sure.
That's it, huh?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not driving up to 156. I'm in Hansville, man.
It's too far.
Yeah.
Yeah. I always feel like
I'm not
it's
going
like
to
Mardi
Walmart
Gras.
anyway, so-
First, I'm
Going
about to say,
down
did you not
South
hear him
Walmart.
earlier? He goes, I don't even go to Walmart.
I'm like, if I go to Walmart, it'll be like 2 a.m. No, I'm not up at 2 a.m. It'd be like 10 a.m.
To
'cause
avoid.
everybody's be at work, and I'll just like take off and go get what I gotta get. Get out of there.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah.
Well, you guys better go to Walmart, whichever one, North or South, and buy toilet paper.
Is that a
Do you
thing?
realize
That's not a
90%
thing,
of
is
toilet
it?
paper in the United States is made in the United States? Like everyone's freaking out over,
It really
even though
is?
the strike's over now, but everyone's freaking out over the strike, so they go get toilet paper. But if you read it, 90% of it's actually made in the United
Oh, it's-
States.
it's a
so it's
demand
actually
issue.
not an
Okay.
actual shipping issue with toilet paper. I don't know. Let's not get
People
on this
are
'cause I
really
have
worried
some-
about not being able to wipe their booty.
It's
you know?
kind of like when it gets cold,
Yeah.
and everyone wants bread and milk. I still don't get that part. Like, I go get a bunch of sodas because you can just stick them outside; they'll stay cold. Like
SpaghettiOs. Why don't you
yeah,
Spaghettios,
SpaghettiOs,
canned-
stuff like.
if you
goods.
get bread, you're gonna last like a week.
Yeah,
If I get a case of SpaghettiOs, I'm good for a month.
Yeah.
I'm good for 6 months or
Get some
3 years.
ramen noodles.
I don't even know
We're
when
gonna-
SpaghettiOs
yeah.
expires.
We lived on ramen noodles for
Oh,
all
yeah.
of college. For sure.
Say I'm good at that stuff. Hamburger helper and ramen noodles was my
Listen,
go-to in college.
By the time I was a senior,
drop
I
an
had
egg
got
in
to where
there.
I'd start
Yeah.
to get
Fried egg. My kids do that.
like some sort of seasoning or whatever.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't even use the packet that they put in there.
Oh,
'cause
you're doing
I'd eaten it so many times.
A do-it-yourself.
Yeah,
flavor.
put different seasoning because I still had to eat it, but
Yeah.
at least it tasted different.
Yeah.
So
You can get that now at restaurants for some high dollar.
Yeah,
You know,
the
you go to
new Roman or Raymond
yeah.
restaurants
Yeah.
where you can.
I wonder what the margin is on that.
Yeah, it's
Well,
Hey,
pretty
listen,
good. Mostly
listen,
noodles,
I've
you
been-
know.
I have called nothing but noodles and sent them emails. I thought about bringing one to Coleman because I don't
is
know what
real.
it is.
He really has.
I have because every time we go to soccer, these tournaments in Birmingham or Huntsville, all the parents in between are like, "Oh, we're going nothing but noodles, nothing but noodles." I'm sitting there thinking, man, that'd be a pretty good business, probably restaurant in Coleman.
Oh, it'd do great.
Yeah.
It
And
would.
we were looking. I mean, I was at to the point that I was looking at where is it Bed Bath and Beyond or what is the new one in the
Bath
shop?
and Body Works?
Bath and Body Works, where they went. I wanted that location because my family owned restaurants back when I was in college, and I used to run them when I was at Auburn. So I was like, hey, we'll go back to the restaurant business, but I can't even get a return phone call or an email. I was
What
like,
about the good egg? You ever had that?
nuh-uh.
The good egg.
Yeah.
I hadn't heard
Is it like a
about
breakfast joint
It's a,
like thing?
it's a Scottsdale joint. Yeah, it was. I didn't know if they
We
franchised.
already
it.
talk after the show and just.
I've always
that.
thought that.
Yeah,
Make
get a
this
plan
happen.
going. All right. Guys, Josh Phillips, tell us again, Pin High, where is it? How can
Well,
we learn
Michael,
about it?
when I was a little girl, my mother had one job. She worked very hard. Everybody around us was middle class.
He grew up in a middle class family.
This is how we're gonna end it. I didn't think you were gonna do it, but you did it. You
Oh, it's
did
about
it.
to close. I'm pulling it out.
I know Josh is Josh.
I could not. Hey, last video, me and you did. was for the Realtor Association, and I did Joe Biden the entire time. Do you remember? I was like, hey, yes, come on.
Who's coming up here next?
Hey, thank the Lord we have the edit button on this thing. We can edit you two out.
Let me tell you. Hey,
He's still recording.
all right, sorry.
Come check out Penn High, Climb Building, Rooftop. Both these guys, good guys at Impact Mortgage. If you need anything mortgage related, come talk to them.
Hey, thanks for having us, Mike.
Yeah. This has been another episode of Happy Neighbors. I'm Michael
Happy,
Sapp,
happy.
and I've been here with
Josh Campbell.
Josh Phillips.
Jared Giddens.
all right. Thanks for watching, and catch us next time.